Didn't the Democrat Party found the KKK and lead the Civil War?
Oh, okay. So there you go. You're not going to respond to anything that I said. Don't worry. I got that knowledge bank, so I'll respond to everything that you said. I want to ask you a question. First and foremost, no, it wasn't Democrats. It was the Dixiecrats. A little bit of a, knowledge truth nuke. Second statement here. I have a question. What do the Dixiecrats stand for? Liberalism or progressivism? Sorry. Whoa. Progressivism or conservatism?
You're going to say conservatism.
Well, anybody with a brain would say that. They wanted to conserve the traditional values of slavery.
Yeah.
I have a question. Are the Democrats the conservatives or the liberals today?
Liberals.
Okay. So it's actually conservatives that started the KKK. It's the conservatives that wanted to keep slavery. Ooh,
no, it's not the Democrats.
Against you.
It's the Democrats. It's not the conservatives.
The Dixiecrats were the conservatives at the time, Devin.
And so were the Republicans. The Republicans were conservative back then too.
No, that's actually not true. They were progressive back then.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they wanted to progress society, move us away from slavery, etc. That's just how we define progressivism.
The North had slaves.
I don't understand how the statement "the North had slaves" has anything to do with what I said.
Because you're trying to say that the North were liberals and that the South were conservative.
You're starting,
and the fact of the matter is both sides.
Wait. Are you driving?
No.
Okay, can you disconnect the Bluetooth from your phone, Mr. Devin?
Yeah.
Great. Joshua, thank you so much for the $50 over on YouTube Super Chat. Let's get 500 Joshua W's down below. Joshua says, it might be good to show Maga the clip of Trump from either this morning or yesterday saying people talking about Epstein were stupid Republicans. No, I saw that. That's a crazy clip. I should show that. Thank you for the love, Joshua. Can we please show some love to Joshua down below? Can we get 300 Joshua W's? Then also back to you. Who is more progressive? The Republicans or the Democrats?
Who's more progressive?
Yeah, who's the progressive party? Who's trying to progress society?
Are you saying in today's day and age would be the Democrats?
No. During the Civil War.
During the Civil War, the more progressive party, maybe the Republican Party, I guess.
Right.
You could say, and in our history books, it would show it'd be the Republicans.
Right, precisely. You're spot on. The Republicans were the progressives. The Dixiecrats were the conservatives. Today, who are the progressives and who are the conservatives?
Well, what was the argument? Hold on.
No, answer my question. So we just agreed that the Republicans were the liberals and the Dixiecrats were the conservatives. Who are the liberals and conservatives today?
Well, the Democrats are the liberals today, and the conservatives would be the Republican Party.
Congratulations, sir. You've just conceded to the very popular and truthful political theory of the party swap. Thank you so much for your time.
Would you say that's the case if Nikki Haley had won the Republican vote?
I don't know what Nikki Haley has to do.
She's a progressive
anything
Republican.
About what we just discussed.
She's a progressive Republican.
Progressive Republican. I mean, I don't know what that phrase even means. I don't know what that had to do with their debate about the party switch. I also don't know how this greater relates to Trump. You told us that you didn't vote for Trump because he's not racist.
I was gonna get. Well, hold on. Well, it's hard to talk with you and what's his face because you guys just interrupt too much.
Why? Because we're focused on truth. Also, you know somebody else who was a racist Democrat? Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris wasn't a racist Democrat. Thank you.
Okay. Well, here, immigration, right? What's the argument you guys always make about immigration?
Mass deportation, bad.
You think it's bad?
Yeah, obviously. Anybody with a brain should.
And you think it's bad for our farmers and whatnot?
I think it's bad for the material conditions of the undocumented immigrants. I think that it's bad for the material conditions of citizens. I think that it's bad for our economy. I think that it's bad for crime rates. I think that it's bad for a multiplicity of reasons. Now, you're about to say, oh, well, you just want them to stay on the farms and work for lower wages than citizens, basically slave labor. You want slavery, Dean? No, I actually don't. That's why I support mass amnesty, which is giving undocumented immigrants a pathway to residency or citizenship so they could have just as much bargaining power as residents or citizens because they will be residents or citizens, meaning that they'll be able to garner and collect higher wages from their employees. Your argument is dead in the water before you even stated it.
Actually, his argument actually says that he's okay with it because he's going to create conditions where undocumented immigrants will choose to stay in the country undocumented because there isn't a pathway for them to get into the country by staying in the country, right?
No, they get deported.
So, yeah, but they won't want to be deported, so they're going to stay undocumented. So actually, you're going to continue
until
there
they
to
get
be a
deported.
class of our society that specifically is exploited and mistreated because it is the case that they can't get access to citizenship and they're at the risk of deportation. And they would rather prefer exploitation over deportation. So it is the case that they're going to continue to work in those conditions because it is the case that they can't get help from authorities because they would rather get deported by authorities.
And you know what companies these immigrants work for? Are companies that support the Democratic Party.
Can you provide a source for that? Because I mean, there's plenty of Republicans.
Yeah, there's plenty of Republican farmers that they work for, but so I think that's just going to be a baseless rhetorical claim.
Yeah, I guess it probably would be until we pull out hardcore facts.
So why do you support mass deportation?
Because I think it's ridiculous that we have a bunch of people in here working below minimum wage.
Okay, so if you want to fix that, give them mass amnesty
labor.
so they could collect high wages.
Okay, so we're just going to legalize
also, below
a bunch
minimum
of
wage.
citizens
Wait, did you know that it's actually illegal to pay undocumented immigrants below minimum wage?
It is illegal, and it's illegal for them to be in the country illegally. So what?
So it's illegal for them to be in the country illegally. Wow, dude, such a truth nerd. I couldn't have said it better.
Yeah,
myself.
okay, but you just
the thing is I don't think that we should. I think that we should specifically what I think we should do. I don't think that we should do mass deportation because it only makes them garner lower wages and have a lower quality of life. That's why they came into America as an undocumented immigrant in the first place. And I think that we should do mass amnesty, which will give them higher wages and a higher quality of life. It'll make the country better. Come on.
Deport a bunch of people. You'd be for it if Obama
actually wrong. Wrong.
Obama
We're
deported way more people than Trump.
Wait, and we're against that. We're just saying that the
Obama
distinction between
deported way more
Obama
people
and
than
Trump
Trump.
specifically is that Trump is using less due process. Now, when we reference Obama, we still disagree with all the people that he deported that are undocumented that have not committed a violent crime or bad crime.
Okay, so let's have a bunch of people just flow
clarify.
right into this country that are unvaccinated.
Okay.
It's like, dude,
Did
you guys are...
Did you say unvaccinated?
Yeah, all these people coming in illegally, unvaccinated, they're unvetted. We don't know if they're
unvaccinated.
terrorists.
Yeah, why are you assuming that they're unvaccinated?
Wait, but then also, who wants to stop vaccines?
Who wants to stop vaccines?
Typically your side.
Only our Secretary of Health, RFK,
Who was a Democrat.
who is a Republican serving
Who's
on
on the
Republican
Trump
No,
administration.
because you guys kicked him out of the Democratic Party.
No, he left
You
the
guys fucking
Democratic Party
overruled
because
him.
we didn't want him for that reason.
That
Yeah,
was
he's
like
a
a
lunatic.
communist. That was like a communist like thing to do.
Really?
What?
Hey, Devin, can I ask you to define communism real quick, buddy?
Communism?
Yeah,
I mean,
define it.
a finite definition? I'm probably not, but it's a form of socialism.
Wait, what's socialism?
A welfare state, like what you did.
Welfare state.
before.
Can we get a little bit more of a fleshed out definition here?
People who live off the government instead of.
Oh, okay. So you hate socialism. You'd never willingly opt into socialism, right?
No, I would never.
Okay,
no.
so you never willingly opt into driving on a public roadway since that's funded by this state as means for
by
your
my tax
collection.
dollars. It's funded by my tax dollars and the
just
gas.
like
That's a welfare
paid for.
state. Welfare
Right,
state.
right. Just like all other systems of benefits.
Hey,
such as
I'm
Medicaid
against
and SNAP, are
taxes.
also
I'm
funded by
against
tax
taxes.
dollars.
I'm against taxes. I don't think we should have to pay taxes.
How are we going to fund the roads, dude?
Dude, we fought the Revolutionary War over a 2% T tax.
How do you fund
Why
the
fuck
roads?
Should we be paying?
No, answer the question. How do you fund the roads?
How do you fund the roads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
See, Devin, a level 1 libertarian goes down because you obviously haven't done your reading on the academia.
Literally level 1, like conservative, not even libertarian yet.
Yeah, no, we shouldn't pay taxes. That's more a libertarian view.
So you guys think we should just keep raising taxes higher and higher and higher?
No.
Because we used to never pay.
I think that we should cut
We used to never pay a
taxes
property
on
tax.
those low and middle class.
It used to be like a no property tax.
Did you
At
hear what
all.
I just said? I think that we should cut taxes on members of the low and the middle class. But you're actually the one that thinks that we should effectively raise taxes on low-income Americans. According to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, the Big Beautiful Bill is going to reduce the after-tax income of every American making below $51,000 per year. Why is that the case? Because of its cuts to Medicaid, its cuts to SNAP, its cuts to clean energy credits, which are expected to increase the price of energy for the average American household by $400 per year, cuts to giving students free school lunches, cuts to after-school extracurricular activities, Cutting absolutely everything and anything is projected
you realize to
reduce the after-tax income of
programs.
people making below $51,000 per year, effectively raising taxes. So how can you sit here and tell us that you want to cut taxes, we want to raise them, even though you're the one passing the bill, which is no, let me finish. Let me finish. And you're going on mute now because you're interrupting me. So how could you sit here and say that you want to cut taxes and we want to raise taxes, even though it's you, the GOP and Trump's administration, who are spending $5 trillion to redistribute wealth from the poor to the rich by effectively increasing taxes on the rich? You're not going to respond to that one, are you?
No, I'm going to respond.
Let's hear the response, buddy. I'm waiting.
To qualify for most of those benefits, you have to live in poverty. You can't make over a certain amount to qualify for most of those benefits, which makes people or gives people an incentive to stay poor.
Okay. All right. Well, point number one, things such as SNAP already have work requirements in which are necessary in order to receive the benefits. Point number two, accepting Medicaid is going to give you no incentive to be poor, to stay poor, since Medicaid doesn't pay your rent. Medicaid doesn't put food on your table.
Yeah, and Medicaid, you have to pay
Are you going to allow
copay.
me to finish speaking? Like, this is absolutely ridiculous, Devin. I understand that
don't
you're
even
losing
use
this argument. I understand I grew up on Medicaid. Thank you.
No, you grew up from a bunch of rich parents. We all know.
No, I grew up in Medicaid.
I actually grew up well
pen?
off. Oh wait, by the way, I grew up well off. I think you're mistaking us. Sorry, like you can't apply the same conditions to Dean. Also, that doesn't dispute anything that I would say.
I'm gonna go to finish talking. Anyways, now that you're done with your interruptions, I'll make sure to hit my anxiety pin. I'll make sure I do that. Let me know when you're ready to stop crashing out and ready to have a big boy conversation.
I'm not crashing out, dog.
Well, I mean, sure you are. I'm over here trying to tell you why you're wrong. You interrupt me midway through. Tell me I had rich parents. I was lied about growing up on Medicaid, and you told me to hit my anxiety pin.
Yeah.
So that's the crash out.
I'm not crashing out, but I can promise you that.
All right. Well, I want you to go ahead and prove that by putting a bubble in the mouth while I'm speaking. I'm going to go ahead and finish now. So you told me that these benefits go to people in poverty, that incentivizes people to stay in poverty. Empirical outcomes of social safety nets prove you wrong. What we see is that when low-income families have social safety nets, it makes them be less focused on their immediate needs, meaning they're less likely to just go out there and accept any job regardless of what it's willing to pay. And it incentivizes them to spend more time going to trade school, going to an online university, or maybe getting a job that takes a little bit longer to apply through and go through all the interview processes of. This causes low-income Americans to have more economic mobility, meaning it's easier for them to scale their income to go from existing as a low-income American to a median-income American. I'll even give you an example. Think about it. There's a single mother of three that has to feed her children. Well, if she doesn't have government assistance, Medicaid, or anything to help her feed her children, she's going to immediately turn around and do what?
I don't know, try to find a higher paying job, I guess.
No, get any job that is in arm's reach, meaning that she'll be more likely to accept a minimum wage job at maybe a place like McDonald's, okay? And now that we've gone to the first base that she has this very low paying job because it was immediate job in reach, what is she going to do when she has that job? Because she has to feed 3 children, she's going to work a lot of hours, right?
I guess she should have thought about that before having that many children.
Okay, Devin. So now instead of you combating my point that social safety nets help individuals scale from existing as a low income,
it's just like you don't know.
Well, one second.
You don't know.
Wait. Now, I'm going to go ahead and finish. So now instead of trying to refute my argument that social safety nets help individuals scale from existing as a low income American to a medium income American to a high income American, instead of refuting my argument that they return a positive ROI, and it is the case that this not only benefits low income Americans but the country as a whole, your argument is rather that she should have thought about that before she had the kids. Well, I don't know. Maybe if we were not telling women that old white men and that serve in their state legislature have an immediate and ultimate control and say so over what she does with her bodies. Maybe if we taught sex ed in school, maybe if we didn't ban forms of contraception, she wouldn't have had those kids, given that she didn't want to. Maybe you should have thought about that before you came up here to shit on low-income families, when in all fucking reality, you're sitting on a TikTok live wasting your day away when many people in these low-income families are working harder than you ever will a day in your life just to meet the bare necessities to provide for them and their family. And because we have rich white boys like Devin down here who don't understand a single concept or principle of macroeconomics, don't understand that it's not only ethical but also prudential to just at least accept that low-income families surviving on a couple dollars an hour to feed a family should probably pay less in taxes and receive more in benefits than people who could just spend $5,000 on a new GPU, and how that actually has a positive return on our economy because these social safety nets increase economic mobility, increase average GDP per capita, and allow for an easier transition existing as an American in poverty to American outside of poverty. You don't want to hear it. So what is it? Are you just a spineless, hateful, vindictive fuck who wants to do nothing but shit on poor people all day because you have absolutely no self-confidence? Like,
No,
what
I
is
just
it?
know.
Oh, please tell me.
I know the Democratic Party is just going to keep increasing taxes on the poor people, and then saying you guys want to increase taxes on the wealthy, and then decrease taxes on the poor.
Really? The Democratic Party is going to keep increasing taxes on the poor people. How is Kamala Harris going to increase taxes on the poor people? Tell me right now, because that was the representative of the Democratic Party in the last general presidential election. What policy did she run on to increase taxes on poor people? Because I can tell you right now that Donald Trump's tariffs is an increase in tax on poor people. It's disproportionately paid by them since they spend a greater proportion of their income on the bare necessities to live.
For example,
I could tell you that is $1.1 trillion. I could tell you that is $1.1 trillion cuts to Medicaid was an effective increase in tax on poor people. I could tell you that Trump's $156 billion cuts in SNAP was an effective increase in tax on poor people. So please tell me, what did Kamala Harris run on in the general election? Because that's what we're talking about right now, that would have increased taxes on poor people. Let's hear it. And no, I don't want to hear about Gavin Newsom. We're talking about the executive branch of our government. Thank you.
About Kamala Harris? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, so what policy did she run on that would have increased tax on poor people?
This is about Trump, not Kamala Harris. How the hell did we get on
Kamala?
We got on Kamala Harris because you're the one that said that Democrats wanted to increase taxes on poor people after you completely ignored and deflected every single one of my arguments. I'm going to go ahead and finish. So I want to clarify that we're talking about Kamala Harris because you made the claim that Democrats want to increase taxes on poor people as a deflection away from every single one of my counter-arguments against you, Trump, and Donald Trump's cuts to these social services. It's not my fault that you can't truly handle a nuanced conversation about Trump and you have to pull the Democrats route 5 seconds in. And then once you do pull that route and I prove you wrong by asking you for one policy the Democrat ran on that would have increased taxes on poor people, you no longer want to hear a word of it.
You wanted to tax.
So I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead. Oh, really? So that's actually not
unrealized
true.
gains, dude. Are you serious?
Really? So point number one, that's not true. It was included nowhere.
It is true. What the fuck are you talking about?
Please go ahead and show me that proposed policy from her campaign prior to the election.
Well, how am I going to show that? Yeah, here, take a look at my fucking
by doing
screen.
your research, by giving me a source, by giving me the title of an article. Oh, and then also, so not only was that false, but also in the false premise that you're suggesting to us, that was an increase in unrealized capital gains on people with a net worth over $100 million. I didn't know that people with a net worth over $100 million were poor.
Diabolically insane position.
And then it works its way down to the poor people. And that's the thing. That's the thing you guys aren't understanding. It starts with the wealthy, and then it works its way down to the poor people. And then the next thing you know, you guys are sitting there talking.
It didn't even start with the wealthy. 1 second. It didn't even start with the wealthy. This wasn't even a policy she ran on.
The tax on unrealized gains.
Yeah, this wasn't even a policy that she fucking ran on.
She literally pushed an effort.
She did not run on this policy. Okay. Wait, I'm sorry, Devin. Didn't you come up on my live and make the same fucking argument?
No, this dude.
You made the same argument I've already disputed.
This dude's getting stopped on because he's just a hateful, low IQ
I'm not getting stopped.
Of course, you're getting stopped on. You're literally purporting misinformation.
Talk over everyone, so I can't even fucking think because you guys talk over me.
I don't think it's my fault you don't have a brain and you can't think, buddy. Let's not project now.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't projecting shit.
Yikes, dude. Nothing. You can't say where the road goes. He lost all the arguments, Chad. He's cooked.
Nah, bro. I don't know. People like this piss me off. Like they don't know anything. They don't study economics. They have no clue why they don't support these things. And then when I laid it out to them, super kind. You know, I have people come up here all the time and dispute the efficacy of social safety nets. I'm not automatically just going to get upset with somebody because they're telling me they don't support social safety nets. Like, unfortunately, that is a belief in which is widely accepted inside of the GOP because of political propaganda aiming to target low-income Americans. But once I was able to explain
right here,
Devin,
Kamala Harris
the efficacy. one
raise
moment,
taxes
one
on anyone making
Devin,
over $200,000 a year.
One moment, Devin. I'm still speaking. Now that I've explained to Devin like the efficacy of social safety nets and how those actually have a positive ROI on the American economy, well, then he just says, "Oh, it's actually still their fault." He doesn't care that they have a positive ROI. Like, of course, it's going to piss me off. Now, thank you for coming back with this.
When did I say I didn't care? When did I say I didn't care?
Yeah, after I explained to you why social safety nets are a good thing that grant low-income Americans more economic mobility and produce
That keeps them poor. That keeps them poor.
Okay, what's economic mobility?
You guys are fucking rich, and you're sitting here talking like you're benefiting the poor, and you're not.
Hey, Devin, what's economic mobility? Just tell me if you don't know. It's okay to be stupid. Sorry, that was really bad faith.
You guys pull money. You guys pull money.
That was terribly bad faith of me. I'm sorry. This guy's pissing me off.
You guys are the most racist, hypocritical.
I mean, Devin is
Fucking-
like. I mean, Dean, it wasn't like you were saying an incorrect statement.
You're calling me white.
Was there anything wrong that you? Was there anything wrong that you said there?
No,
You two are white.
I'm sorry. I'm just giving him.
I'm a Native American. What the fuck you guys are even talking about?
I'm giving him the same energy that he's giving me.
No, it's like you guys called me white, and I'm Native American.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. I apologize for calling you white.
You guys are
Thank you so much for
ignorant.
the clarification.
You guys are on my land.
So now that you've clarified on the fact that you're Native American, which I appreciate, by the way, can you please tell me what economic mobility is?
Economic mobility.
Yeah.
Is this what you learned in your college fucking classroom?
Well, in fact, it is.
Okay, well, there you go. See, that's the difference between you and me and Parker.
The difference is that we know what it is and you don't? Okay, thank you for telling me. So I'll go ahead and inform you.
No,
I'll go ahead and inform you on what
8 years
economic mobility is. Are you ready?
Go ahead, Professor Dean.
Thank you. So economic mobility is essentially the ease in which it would take an individual to scale from having a low income to a non-low income, a high income. The more economic mobility you have, the easier it is for you to scale and grow your income/net worth. And what we see is that when we allow low-income Americans to have access to social safety nets, they have more economic mobility, meaning they're not only incentivized to make more money, but it becomes literally easier for them because they're not so focused on their immediate needs, like food for them and their family, but rather can dedicate more of their focus to their long-term goals, such as maybe getting an online degree, going to trade school, getting a higher-paying job. Right? It shifts the mindset of low-income Americans in poverty from survival to flourishing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just yeah.
I know it incentivizes people to stay poor is the thing.
Okay. How do you know that? Do you have any data to represent that this is true? Because when we look at the data and we compare countries with more social safety nets to countries with less social safety nets, we literally see that the countries with more social safety nets have people that have a higher GDP per capita and have more economic mobility. So not only have you insufficiently demonstrated your claim to be true based upon the data, but the data that does exist contradicts.
Okay. I've worked with tons of people who have literally filed for disability and gotten $1,600 a week just because they had a drug problem. And they stay on disability. And then when they go back to work, they say they hurt their fucking back. And then they're pulling another $500, $600 a fucking week off of unemployment. And then they get another $1,600 off of disability. Dude, it's like this corrupt system that people abuse because the government offers it. And it's and we're paying taxes to this bullshit.
I mean, I'm just waiting for you to be able to either combat the data that I gave you. Or
fuck your data, dude. I live in real life. You guys, I live in real life. You guys are sitting there in your fucking rooms on these microphones.
Hey, Devin, I have a
question. You guys know nothing because you guys don't even work. You sit on here and
we don't work.
Yeah, this is my job.
Dude, when's the last time you've ever done construction? When's the last time
construction
you've ever
is the only type of job that you could have here, sir?
When's the last time you sold a car? When's the last time you sold a car?
Wait, I could tell you the last time.
When's the last time you worked in a store?
I'll tell you the last time I sold a car was in December.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to see that commission check.
I actually remember this.
Yeah. I didn't work for a car. It was a private.
Okay, so you sold your personal car.
Yes.
Okay, well then there you go. You could have made a fucking business out of that. Would have made more money.
Dude, Devin, what do you do for work?
I work in construction.
Very nice.
You
Devin.
work in construction.
Thank you for
very
being
nice,
a
very
productive
nice.
member of the society, helping to construct the infrastructure that we all use.
Exactly. What is a job?
What?
What is a job?
What is a job?
Yeah.
It's employment or employment for somebody who's employing someone.
If someone is self-employed, do they have a job?
If someone is self-employed, they have a business.
Okay, but do they have a job?
If you want to consider it a job, yeah.
Do you?
Okay. So since we're both self-employed, would that consider that we have jobs and that we're working?
Right, like we get paid for what we do too. Like Tori sent me $10 over on Venmo 12 minutes ago. Macria sent me $5 on Venmo 10 minutes ago, and Clarence sent me $5 on Venmo 2 minutes ago.
No, you guys are pretty much
as well as
equivalent
Joseph
to
sent me $5
panhandlers.
over on PayPal as well. I do appreciate you for the love.
You guys are equivalent to panhandlers.
The
Mahika,
equivalency
thank
to
you for the $5. Thank you. Amazing
well,
to hear.
well, if you think
You
that
guys
we're
should hold up a sign that says anything helps.
yeah, so Devin, the equivalency of making us panhandlers would actually make anybody a panhandler, because at the end of the day, what we do is we trade a commodity.
Nothing you do
which would be-
benefits the
okay.
economy,
All
dude.
right, I would appreciate it if you let me finish, because what we do is
Okay.
we trade a service, which would in this
Yeah.
case just be brutal takedown of idiot Trump supporters, for optional voluntary
Bait and switch
compensation
tactics is
through,
all you
through
guys do.
Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App, all in the link tree in the bio. So, I mean, if you think exchanging a service
Bait
for
and switch
an optional
tactics is all you
income
do.
is essentially being a panhandler, well, Devin, you're a panhandler when you exchange your physical labor for a paycheck.
Cooked. Literally cooked. He has no response. Look at him.
Jessica, thank you for the $10 over on Venmo
No,
saying
no,
W not
it's-
working.
it's
Thank you
hard
for
to,
trying to
like,
educate
follow.
young men like you and Parker. Give me hope.
It's just
Thank you for the
just
love,
goes
Jessica.
on
I
and
do
on
really
and
appreciate
on.
you so much for the love. Guys, show some love to Jessica for the $10 panhandle donation down below in that chat. Thank you so much.
No, I
Thank you
wouldn't.
everyone for supporting the panhandling. Dylan with the $1. Elizabeth with the $5. Burke, thank you for the $2. Libby with the $10. Dylan with the
what
$2.
flavor is that,
Dylan with the
Dean?
$5. And Emily, thank you for the $5. Dylan with the $5. Everyone
flavor is that,
supporting the grift. Thank you.
Dean, what flavor is that anxiety pin?
Peppermint.
Peppermint?
Yeah.
Was that 5% Nick?
It's actually lavender and caramel. Yeah.
Oh, Parker, tell me you don't believe that crap.
Rihanna, thank you for the $5 over on Venmo. I appreciate you for the love, saying I
It's
guess
an
I'm
anxiety
susceptible to panhandlers. Yeah, it's a fucking anxiety pin,
I'm
Lover.
sure it
Get
is,
real.
dude. I'm
Get real.
sure it
You and
is.
your tiny brain obviously can't
Why are you
compute the
hiding it,
conclusion. It's
bro?
obviously an anxiety
Nobody
pin.
would be giving you crap if you would quit hiding it.
Well, if I show it, the stream gets taken down, Devin.
Okay. Okay.
Secondly,
Hannah,
dude,
thank
you
you
don't
for the $5
understand it's a
over on Venmo
joke
for the
because
panhandle.
you're not smart enough to realize.
It is one of the best jokes ever. I love that you don't know it's a joke. It literally cracks me up. Thank you so much for thinking.
No,
that
I know it's a
hilarious.
joke. I know it's a joke. And that's why I'm giving
Typical
you shit
Asmund
now.
Gold viewer.
I know. No, seriously, seriously, dead ass.
What's your guys' view on gun rights?
What?
Jillian, thank
What do
you.
you mean
Oh, wait,
by
I'll
that?
tell you. So I think that we should be able to take people's guns first and then give them due process second. And I think that there's like some things that are unconstitutional, that it's unconstitutional to ban, like bump stocks. I think those should be banned, and we should violate the Constitution to get it done. What are your
Have you ever
thoughts?
used a bump stock?
Yeah, I have, and they should be banned.
Oh, you
Actually,
have?
no, I haven't ever used one, but I think that they should be
I
banned.
don't
What
think
about
so.
you?
Yeah, it's hard to aim with a bump stock, so it really does. It serves no purpose.
But how do you feel about
Hmm.
my position that we should be able to take people's guns first, then give them due process second, and we should definitely ban bump stocks, even though it's unconstitutional to do so? What are your thoughts?
Take people's guns first for what matters? Would you take someone's gun first?
Like if I just suspect them of a crime. If I ran on these policies, would you ever vote for me?
What are you trying to say? This is something that Trump does?
No, Trump isn't on this. So if I ran on these policies, would you ever vote for me?
I wouldn't support that no matter what politician.
Well, I mean, if
tried
I
to
ever ran on these
run for
policies,
that.
would you ever vote for me?
I'm aware that Trump has made remarks about something like that, so I know what you're going with this, and yet Trump has done nothing.
Yes, we
About-
actually did implement policy during his first administration to ban bump stocks. And it
Pam
was in effect
Bondi.
until 2022.
Pam
When
Bondi
SCOTUS
was
reversed
trying
it.
to push this,
Yeah,
and that's something I
Pam
wouldn't
Bondi
support.
wasn't any of his AG first term. What the fuck are you talking about?
Pam Bondi supports exactly what you're talking about.
Pam Bondi was dude. Why is everyone just using
know
Pam
she
Bondi
was-
as a scapegoat? Pam Bondi wasn't even on his administration when he signed
No,
this
she
policy into
wasn't.
law.
I didn't say she was. I'm just saying she supports it. Why do you just keep hearing what you want to hear?
Oh, so you're basically telling me it was supported by his first man and admin and his second admin.
I told you. I just told. See, you guys don't listen. You just hear what you want to hear. It's like I'm fucking going in one ear out the other. I
ahead,
literally just told
clarify,
you I
Devin.
don't support Trump for saying that. I don't. I don't like Trump. I just think he's better than Biden. I think he's
Biden
better than
didn't
Kamala.
Kamala. Why so?
Okay. Why do
Kamala,
you think he's
Parker.
better than? So her name is pronounced Kamala.
I don't give a fuck, dude.
Okay. Well, I mean,
It's
you're just
America.
kinda
I'll
like-
say it however I want.
I mean, you're just kind of proving that Republicans are so fucking stupid they can't even pronounce words.
Okay, yeah, and I'm a Native American. Why don't you get off my land?
Oh wait, so I mean, I have a question. If like,
Do you think that's base?
if you're indigenous and you would advocate for land back, I have a question.
Yeah.
What political movement would exist in closer proximity towards that inevitable goal?
What political movement would push closer to that goal?
Yeah, people on the left, people on the far left, people on the right, people on the far right. Which one?
I mean, I was just being a sarcastic prick, really.
Oh, but you know that the only people that support land back are typically going to be those individuals on the left.
Yeah, typically immigrants who don't know shit about stolen land.
What?
So typically immigrants who don't know shit about stolen land, they always make the argument, give us our land back. We were here first, blah, 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 blah. We all know it was the Spaniards that took the land and then conquered the Aztecs.
Wait,
and the
are you now
Mayans.
arguing
That's what
against
made
land
Mexico.
back?
I just told you. See, this is what I'm saying. You guys hear what you want to hear. I was being a sarcastic prick. Did I not say that?
So you don't actually believe in land back?
Yeah, he
Dude,
doesn't.
do you really think we're going to get our land back? Come on. Like, that's absurd.
You could wish for something without like.
I'm not wishing
an
for it. I was just
acknowledgement that
making. I was just
will
making
likely never
jokes.
occur. You know, like
I was just
I
making
wish
jokes.
everybody alive could be a good-hearted, productive member of society. that's
Because you
focused on
liberals
world
always make that
leaders.
argument, so that's why I was making those sarcastic remarks.
I'm
'cause you
really
liberals
confused
always
by
make-
this guy. You understand that you're like using this as a pivot away from telling us why you think that Trump is better than Harris?
I'm not trying to pivot away. I made a remark, and you guys wanted to stick to it.
You made a remark that I asked you about because the only people that advocate for land back are typically those on the left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So why do you think Trump is good?
I think, like I said, I don't like Trump, like as an individual.
Also,
But
it's
I
just
think
strange to like
I think
tokenize
a
your
lot of his
ancestry for like a facetious argument like that. That's so
I
fucking
think a lot of his policies are a lot better than Biden's and Kamala's.
Kamala.
Okay, which one?
Bro,
Which-
why do you keep doing
Jesus,
that?
dude,
Oh, that's what we
Parker,
were
you
talking
quit getting
about.
your panties in a twist, Parker.
Hey,
No,
Devin.
you're purposely
This
doing
is what
it.
you guys
Yeah,
do. You try to tell people what they can and can't say, just like TikTok does
Devin,
now.
Devin, I'll ask you just to call her Harris if you can't pronounce her first name right.
Oh, so you guys are going to dictate what I can say and what I can't
Yes,
say?
Yes.
literally, yes.
Okay, because that's America. That's a free America.
That's-
free
Yes,
press.
literally. Like it's our.
Okay.
This is Dean's space. He
I'm
gets to
harming
decide
nobody.
what is said
but
in his space.
I'm harming no one by saying.
So
their
I
name
know
wrong.
that, so like
Yet
you're
you can
just
tell me
so
what
I have
I
a
can and
feeling
can't
that you're
say.
just intentionally mispronouncing her name in order to try to deviate from a debate from us because
No,
you know
not
that-
intentionally. I just said her
Devin,
name the wrong way for so long.
I'm gonna go ahead and finish speaking. So I feel like you're intentionally mispronouncing her name just to deviate away from a debate with us because you know that ultimately you won't be able to go into the nuances of Trump's policy. You won't be able to go into the nuances of Kamala Harris's policy. You won't be able to give us one constructive argument why you do truly support Trump because you're just incapable of doing it. You're a member of a cult. You follow him like you'd follow any blind leader, right? Now, your method to kind of get away from you exposing this conclusion yourself by not being able to grant an argument is just to intentionally mispronounce Kamala Harris's name, so we'll harp on it, and then you'll harp back on us. So at this point, I do expect my guests to be somewhat respectful. I'm so sorry that I won't let you just belligerently intentionally mispronounce somebody's name just to belligerently and intentionally mispronounce it in order to invoke some type of reaction out of me or the people watching the live. So I'll ask you to either pronounce her first name right, or at the bare minimum, just call her by her second name.
Okay, I'll call her Harry Harris.
Harry Harris.
I'm just kidding, dude.
Why do you want to throw Harry in front?
I'm just fucking with you. Come on, move on.
So what are you going to call her?
I'll call her Harris if that makes you guys happier. I don't want to offend you guys.
Great. Thanks, Evan. So why do you
Okay.
support Trump? You said that you like his policy. Which one of Donald Trump's policies are you a fan of?
Yeah, I don't like him as an individual. I do like his policies.
Okay, which ones?
I like how he is on gun rights, towards gun rights.
Okay, what
I
policies
like
he implemented
tax
towards gun
policies.
rights? What gun right policies?
Well, he's just more lenient on.
That's not a policy. You said you liked his policies. Being lenient, it's not a policy. Tell me what policies you like, Devin. Keep up.
Well, he's not one to push further into banning certain things
Okay, well, that's
and
not
making.
true. That's not that. Apart from that not being true,
What is
that's
he
also
banned?
not a
What
policy.
is Trump banned?
Yeah, he
What
banned
is
bump
Trump banned?
stocks. He banned bump stocks.
In his first term,
Yes,
when that huge shooting happened and they tried to claim it was from a fucking bump stock.
precisely.
Okay, yeah, that's probably the reason why he did that, because he didn't want to lose the incentive or people's votes.
Right.
But
Right. You literally
then he
violated the
talked
Second
with.
Amendment when he did that.
He literally talked to somebody afterwards and was talking about reinstating the bump stocks.
He never did. He left office with him being banned.
Okay. There's a YouTube video of it, dude.
Okay. Well, he never.
He's in a
did.
gun
He
store
lied.
talking about bump stocks.
He never did it. He lied. So now back to the question: what is
He
the
lied?
policy
It's a
that he
fucking
lied?
video. Go pull up the video.
Yeah,
dude.
he lied in the fucking video. Jesus Christ, Evan.
Yeah, he wasn't president at the time, genius. So he
Oh.
couldn't have passed that law.
Oh, okay. Well, they actually got reinstated under the Biden-Harris administration when SCOTUS ruled that the bump stock ban was unconstitutional.
Yeah, so that was SCOTUS.
So now back to policy. What is the policy of the Trump administration that you like? You still haven't given me policy. He left. Jesus Christ, what is going on with like people that are like so not educated and so hateful? Like, why are they just so hateful? Why are they so like they just have like hate and animosity in their heart? He hates black women. He hates poor people. He was just hating everybody. Let's gonna move on to the next guest here. Z, thank you so much for the $15 over on Venmo. I do really appreciate you so much for the love, Z. Z says, I love your videos and your content is amazing. There are a lot of times where I get really upset at some of the things happening in the world and the ignorance that seems to be so prevalent, but you give me a lot of hope. Thank you so much for the love. That is incredibly kind of you, Z. As well as Kelly, thank you for the $5 over on Venmo, and Tina with a 5 as well. Thank you guys so much. As well as Joseph with the $5 over on PayPal, saying that guy had no clue what he was talking about. So true. Jennifer with the $5. Thank you so much for the love, Jennifer. Robin with the $5. And Ellen, thank you for the $10 over on PayPal. Ellen says, it's a 51-year-old grandma again. Here's a little for your anxiety pin. Ellen, I love you. You're a gem. Thank you, Ellen. What's going on, Tornado Patrol? Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, why is that?
Well, I voted for him based on his southern border policies.
Okay, which ones?
Well, like obviously going after the CTELs, addressing the human smuggling, remain in Mexico, basically just the MPP that he reestablished.
Okay, so remain in Mexico. That's a policy that you support. What are the other ones?
Mexico is part of the MPP, the Migrant Protection Protocol.
Okay, what is the MPP?
Well, again, it remain in Mexico and more protections for migrants.
Okay, what are those more protections for migrants outside of the remain in Mexico?
Well, like I said, combating the CTELs. I don't know what words I can and can't say on your live. I don't want to get it taken down.
I don't know. Just use your better judgment.
Is there like a delay?
Yeah, you're very laggy. You have bad internet. Have you been up here before?
It's weird.
Have you been?
I
Up here?
have
Yeah,
like a long
yes.
time ago. Yeah.
Oh, you were that guy that was yapping on about like the mineral maps, right?
Dean, how do you remember conversations? I never remember like conversations like that. That's actually nuts.
I have like a, I have a pretty good memory. A pretty good memory. So this should be a pretty crazy conversation. This guy's name is Alligator Alcatraz Staff. Wow. So
That's fucking gross, dude.
Are you a fan of the 1 meal a day? Some of those meals with maggots in them. Tell us how you feel.
What's up? Yeah, I support Alligator Alcatraz.
And like the 1 meal a day,
claim-
some of those meals having maggots in them. What are your thoughts on that?
Those claims came from an actual criminal inside that was like
Right, they
arrested in Alligator Alcatraz. He was
They
literally a
did.
known criminal.
Right, because he was in Alligator Alcatraz.
Do you believe known criminals if they tell you, "Hey, I'm in pro"?
Yeah, well, Donald Trump's a known criminal, and you believe him. So, do you believe him on the Epstein files?
Yeah, and then also when multiple
wait, you're
people
changing the
inside
topic
of,
now.
Also, when multiple people inside of Alligator Alcatraz are reporting the same thing, as well as we're having tours driven.
Literally one person.
When we're having tours driven.
It was literally one person.
With Democratic representatives going in and out. Sure, I'm going to believe that unless I have compelling reason why I shouldn't. It also seems like a pretty easy claim for the prison to debunk, and seemingly they haven't said anything about it. So yeah, I'm going to choose
They
to believe
did
them.
debunk it.
Really,
They
how's
came
that?
out. Yeah, the Florida emergency. I want to get their name right. Yeah, whoever's in charge of the Florida emergency response, they literally made a response to that criminal saying that guy's a criminal. Don't listen to him. Their food does not have maggots in it. There's an official response against that.
Oh, okay. So there actually wasn't any like debunking with a reason. They didn't show any pictures or maybe show the meals. They just said don't listen to him. Got it. And if you're a fan of Alligator Alcatraz, another question would be: are you also a fan of CCOT? Oh, okay. So, I mean, like the UN Human Rights Watch has interviewed hundreds of people that have been inside of CCOT, including 60 minors, and they've all consistently reported the same thing of being forced to kneel from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m., and if they fall, they would have been beat out of exhaustion. Like when Abrigo Garcia was illegally deported by known criminal Trump to CCOT, he came back 3 weeks later, 31 pounds lighter. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, he tried to make claims that he was tortured. Luckily, Bukele put out the tapes that are in like recordings inside his prison cell, showing him literally laying on his bed, watching TV, getting meals, playing soccer, playing
wait,
video
we know-
games.
we know
All
those
these
weren't inside of
videos
his
are
prison
public now.
cell.
Wait, you're gonna interrupt me?
We know that those weren't inside of his prison cell.
Want me to show the video on your stream? They were literally inside his prison cell.
Oh, okay. Well, then what are the cells that we see in all of the propaganda released from the state of El Salvador, of the rooms with bright fluorescent lights on 24/7 and multiple people inside of the same room, similar to Alligator Alcatraz?
Oh, it's almost like they knew that Berger Garcia would try to make false claims of torture to get people like you to support criminals. So they put him in a nice, cozy little area where he can play video games, watch TV, play video games, play soccer with people, plant trees. There's pictures of him literally gardening outside, but he was claiming that he was tortured.
Okay. And then at what point between the gardening, the planting, the trees, the watching TV, and playing video games did he come back 31 pounds lighter?
I don't know, probably working out, probably actually
Working out.
exercise, probably
somebody
actually working.
could just like work out and lose 31
I mean,
pounds in 3 weeks.
what's the proof that he actually lost the pounds? Is there pictures of that?
So
Is
I
there
mean,
pictures of him on a scale before and after?
Yeah, it's going to be a reported weight loss.
Is there pictures of him on a scale before and after?
I don't know if there's pictures.
No, I
of him
didn't
on
think
the
so.
scale before and after.
So it's his claims. Okay, got it.
So it's not just going to be his claims, but this is going to be backed by the fact that he came back noticeably lower weight, as well as this was said under deposition.
Doesn't look
to the
noticeably
court.
lower weight.
So I would appreciate if you allowed me to finish. As well as this was said in
31 pounds is not noticeably
as well
lower
as
weight.
this
to
was
this
said,
guy.
as well as this was said in deposition to a fucking court. So you understand that when these claims are made in deposition to a court, discovery period comes back. If they want to prove mistreatment of Abrigo Garcia in CCOT, they'd be required to submit like what his current weight is and probably what it was beforehand and demonstrate evidence for that. So why would they make an egregiously false claim that could easily be fact checked as false by literally putting them on a scale in front of the jurors? Wouldn't that obviously be a very bad legal defense? Since
Yeah, I can't wait for
the
them to
prosecutor
actually.
So you believe that will happen?
I can't wait for them. If they actually, I don't think they'll actually bring it up to the court. I don't believe they will.
Wait, that's what was said to the court.
Well, I hope they actually put him on a scale then and prove it.
Right. No, so
Right.
it's
Just
fair.
I appreciate Bukele.
then how do you?
Also, what do you
then-
think about the
then how do
Democrat?
you-
Wait, hold on.
What do you
Can I ask
think
you a
about the
question?
Democrat governor that
You say
went?
that you support. You say that you won't ever support like a known criminal, right?
Hold on, Parker. I didn't say that. Parker.
Okay, well
what
then
do
you
what do
wouldn't
guys
believe
think
in.
about
You
the
said you wouldn't
Democrat that
believe
went
a
over there
known
to see
criminal, right?
Abrego and said he was
Did
fine?
you say that you wouldn't believe in a known criminal?
I wouldn't believe the criminal that's in a prison telling me that the prison.
Only if they're in a prison.
Yeah, you're not. You
What's
have
the
to
relevant
listen to
difference between a known criminal
have
being
to
in prison
listen
and
to
out
the
of prison that makes
context.
them? Hold up. What's different about a known criminal in
Context
prison?
matters.
Can I please finish?
Yeah.
What is different about a known prisoner or a known criminal in prison versus out of prison that would mean that in one scenario they are likely to lie, but in the other scenario they're not?
Context.
What context?
The context. So, for example, if a prisoner is in the jail that was just put in, and he tries telling me that, oh, there's maggots in the food, and then we prove that there's no maggots in the food, I'm not going to believe him.
Where's
Why
the
would I
proof?
believe? Why would I believe the
What was the
prisoner
proof?
over
What
the
was the proof?
official? Over the
What was the
official?
proof?
What was the proof of what?
That there's no maggots in the food at all. Zero.
Got you. They literally showed footage.
Let's see.
But yeah, it's about context.
Can I also oh fuck, I mean, I'll let you provide that. Go provide the source. You got trust me, bro.
Yeah, I was trying to ask you guys what you guys thought about the Democrat that went to see Abrego Garcia and said he was completely fine.
Say who?
The Democrat governor that went to go from Maryland that went to go see Abrego Garcia, remember, had like tea with him or whatever.
What's his name?
I don't know. Want me to look him up?
Yeah, go for it.
So I don't really care for Democrats that support MS-13 members.
You think that Kilmar Burger Garcia is an MS-13 member?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, can you have any evidence of that?
Topic, though. Don't change the topic.
Do you have any evidence of that as well? That's another
Okay,
trust me, bro
okay.
statement you got there. You're the one who shifted topic. I just
It's funny
asked for
because when you
evidence.
look it up, this guy it just says Maryland Democrat. Oh, okay, so Chris Van Hollen.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
So what did you guys think about Chris Van Hollen meeting with him, a Democrat, saying, "Hey, he's fine. He's not unhealthy. Doesn't
Wait,
look
I have a
tortured."
question.
Wait, answer the question though.
And then
I'll answer yours.
I have a question here. Yeah,
Answer
the
mine
senator
first.
probably didn't know about the conditions for this reason.
But wouldn't it be obvious that he's
I would
being
love.
tortured?
I would love
Wouldn't he
to.
have told him? Wouldn't he have told him?
I would love to finish speaking.
Wouldn't he
here.
have
Thank
told
you.
him? Yeah,
I
I
would
bet
love-
you don't address it.
I would love to finish speaking here. I will happily address what you're saying, but I have to be able to finish speaking. Thank you, Mr. Alligator Alcatraz staff member. So, I mean, I think that there's good reason to believe that Abreu Garcia would wait until he's back in America to speak out about the fact that he had people torturing him. Because maybe if he told that Democrat senator that people were torturing him, he'd be punished by the people torturing him. He was still in custody of CCOT at that point, and then spent another 2.5 weeks in the custody of CCOT at that point. Fucking duh. I'm sorry that it takes half a brain to understand that. That he's going to wait until he's back in America to speak out about these things. And outside of the illegal, by the way, the illegal captivity of his torturers. And then, by the way, I'm looking into the into what we see released here from CCOT about the evidence that he wasn't beat. So what we see is that the evidence that he wasn't beat started a week after he was in CCOT in the first place, as well as they didn't post any footage of what occurred in Cell 15 from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. During Abrigo's first week of incarceration, which is what Abrigo Garcia cited as when he was beat. So funny fucking enough, they didn't release any data, any recordings, or any footage of what happened to Armando Abrego Garcia during the time that Abrego Garcia claimed he was tortured and beat.
Think it'd be obvious that he was tortured or beat or like in any sort of bad condition when he met with the Democrat, and even when they asked.
Oh, so you don't respond to that. See, I'm going to pull the same shit you now. I'm going to pull the same shit that you're pulling. So you don't respond to that fact.
I'm responding to the whole thing.
Thanks.
I'm responding to the whole thing.
Good.
So yeah, starting with the fact that the Democrat would have been.
I think he's a liberal. I think he's a liberal. You look at his reposts; they're pretty liberal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Make sure to check my other account, Torta Patrol. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Oh wait. This is Torta.
It would have been really. Yeah. It would have been really obvious.
So we've already debated him, and his reposts are all liberal.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, real quick, I'd love for you to very quickly.
I see Johnny.
I'd love for you to very quickly address the fact that
I've debated Johnny. He's like the most insufferable person on TikTok, I think.
So I'm going to allow you to address this, then we're going to move on because I've already talked to you. Go ahead and address the fact that the video footage released by Bukele from inside of CCOT starts a week after his original incarceration. And from that first week is when Abrego Garcia claimed that he was being forced to kneel from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. in Cell 15, in which they released no evidence and or footage of.
So you're claiming he was tortured in the first week, and then the second week he was given a room with video games and movies and stuff? And
what I'm claiming is
I'm really
wait.
I'm confused as to you're saying he was tortured the first week.
They're not liberal.
But then the second week he was.
They're not liberal. I was just looking at them. Sorry, I apologize. They apparently in one of them they use slurs. Right? I haven't clicked on it because I can't click on it due to the audio streaming on my iPad. No, in the repost.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Okay.
Sounds like you guys just want to run away from this debate because you're getting fucking dog walked.
No, I mean,
I get it, guys. I get it. You guys got dog walked the first time we debated. You guys got shit on the first time we debated. You guys don't want to debate me.
I'm forcing you down to the conclusion of saying that the cameras in Cell 15 from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. in his first week of incarceration were just magically broken.
Yeah, can you show me this on that?
One
so I can find her.
And that you support a foreign dictator more than an American resident with a current withholding order. So I mean, I don't think I was the one dog walked here, buddy.
In the debate.
You still haven't responded to my claim. What am I running away from?
I was trying to, but then Parker interrupted me, claiming I was a liberal. It doesn't fucking matter. But first of all, give me the fucking source.
Had a hard R.
Give me the source.
I'll give you the source, but obviously I'm not going to keep you up here if I've already debated you multiple times and you're reposting shit with a hard R in it, dude. Like, what the fuck? But no, the source would be Abrego Garcia's deposition to the court. You could find this by going to Twitter, by going to Google. Just look up plaintiff Abrego Garcia versus U.S. And then as well, you'll be able to find the video released by Bukele labeled as April 16th, which was 1 week after his original incarceration, literally on Bukele's Twitter account. So at the end of the day, your claim was false because it is the case that during the time that Abrego Garcia had claimed that he was beaten and tortured, we do not have release footage away from CCOT. So thank you so much. It's going to move on to the next guest.
Alrighty, everyone. We're going to start getting some more debates. Make sure to tap that screen if you're on TikTok. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like this stream. It helps get out to more people. We'd appreciate it as always. As always.
It's going to get our next guest, hard-working American, up here.
Yeah or nay?
That actually might be pretty fun. Jonah, thank you so much for the $20 over on YouTube Super Chat. Jonah says, I'm going to a protest today. Wish me luck. Good luck, Jonah. I'm actually going to be at my local protest too. It starts at 6 p.m. That'll be a whole lot of fun. Jonah, yeah, please get out there. Be active. That's awesome. We're going to move on to the next guest as well. Let's go and get that next guest up here. Beverly, thank you so much for the $20 over on Venmo. Beverly says, keep cooking the brainwashed maggots. Love you, Dean and Parker. Thank you for being thank you for being the voice of reason. I do really appreciate you for that love, Beverly. That is incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much. Also, hardworking American, welcome into You Support Trump.
I do, 100%.
Okay, are you driving? All right. Well, I'm going to go and let you take it away to tell us why you support Trump. But quickly before you do, Jay, thank you so much for the $125 over on PayPal. Thank you so much for the love, Jay.
Jay, thank you for the $125 as well. Thank you so much for you guys are brilliant. Give me some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Jay. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Jay says, I wasn't prepared to donate today, but holy shit, this is a masterclass in debate. I've learned so much. Jay, you know I love you. You are always here supporting me, supporting the community. Now even supporting Parker. Just know that I really love you, Jay. You are awesome. Show some love to Jay down below. And then also that last guest is spamming down below in the comment section that I told you Dean was scared to debate. Listen, Matt, I'm so sorry. If you've come up here and you've debated me multiple fucking times, as well as you have reposts using the hard R, and then I cook you because you made the claim that they released footage proving that he wasn't being tortured, even though the released footage proved nothing because it wasn't during the time and or place reported by Abrigo Garcia, and that can be fact-checked because of the date on the video released by Bukele. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be running, buddy. I made sure to sit you down and refute what you're saying by demonstrating that there's a lack of an alignment between the dates on the video footage released by CCOT and the date and time claimed by Abrigo Garcia insofar as when he was beat is definitely not going to amount to a W for you. But anyways, hardworking American, take it away. Tell us why you support Trump.
And Naomi, thank you for the $25
Reason
on
is
PayPal. Thank you.
deportation, getting rid of all the illegal.
Okay.
The illegals that shouldn't be here, that the previous administration just let them come over here. Basically, they the border's wide open.
Okay, which one do you want to talk about first? I say we talk about mass deportation first. Name one positive outcome of mass deportation on this country.
The drugs, you know, the fentanyl. You've seen the numbers are decreasing now.
Yeah, sorry, man. I got to kick you for saying that. Whoops. I want to bully this guy real quick, then we're going to kick him. I really hope he connects. I really do. I want to bully him quickly.
Crazy.
No, it doesn't look like he's connecting. Unfortunate. Wanted to quickly bully him. Unfortunate. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go, everybody. Hello. Do you support Trump? Sulin is not here. Let's go and move on to the next guest right now, quite frankly. Let's go to get that next guest, Chris, loaded into the box. Here we go, everybody. What's up, Chris? Do you support Trump?
Yeah, so it's
Age,
like I'm
please?
I'm 17 years old, and I'm kind of like in the middle, you know.
All right, Chris, I gotta kick you, man. Oh,
Damn it!
Looks like I kicked Parker instead of you.
Oh shit.
Nah, whoops. Sorry, Parker. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go, everybody. We got Grant loading in. Grant, hello, Grant. Do you support Trump?
I support Trump. No, I'm kidding, but yes, I support Trump.
Age, please.
I'm 18. I just turned 18 this June.
What year were you born in?
2008.
Does the math there?
No, wait, no, 2007. Shit.
In the arms of an angel.
Fly away here. Let's go move on to
You
the
ever
next
just like be
guest.
scrolling on your For You page and you see old peen videos of us like singing those songs in the battles?
They're fire. They're heat.
Bro,
I have one of my
heat.
accounts where like practically every video I scroll is a peen video.
No, I know, dude. I have one of those accounts too. It's
Bro.
fun. What's up, Paxton? How old are you?
19.
What year were you born in?
2006.
What month?
April.
And I should be clear, Parker and Dean. That's what I meant, chat.
Yeah,
I forgot about like not everyone exists in the community. So
yeah, that's probably something that's good to clarify on. I will not lie to you. Okay, Mr. 19-year-old Paxton, why do you support Trump?
Wait, no, hold up. I want to ask you a question.
Oh Jesus.
I be watching you, bro. Why you be deflecting stuff, bro? Like Alligator was cooking you, bro. I can't even hold you, bro. Like,
What was
come
he
on,
cooking me on?
bro. He was cooking you on every point you were trying to make.
So the name one.
name one.
And then you deflected. Like,
Name
come
one.
on.
So the
You were,
reason
you,
why
were,
I'm
you were
asking,
trying to, bro. Come
hey,
on,
my
now.
friend. The reason why I'm asking you to name a specific point is because I don't think you can. Because when we actually evaluate the specific points, it's obvious that he wasn't cooking me. Like for instance, like
I mean,
like
well,
I'll
he
give
gave you
you one.
facts.
I'll give you one. So like I made the original claim that Abrigo Garcia was beaten, tortured in Sica in El Salvador, and he was being forced to kneel from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. You'd say that he cooked me with his response by saying that Nayib Bukele, the dictator of El Salvador, released a video of him staying in a cool room with TV, video games, etc. Okay, well, obviously that response of his was insufficient and did not cook me because I pointed out the fact that in the claim date and times when Abrego Garcia was beaten and tortured, which was in cell 15 from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. on April 10th, this was a week before the date labeled on the video released by Nayib Bukele. So not only does a video release not dispute or refute the claim that I made, but also raises other questions such as, well, why is there not recording of his first week in CCOT? And if anything, maybe this grants more credence to the claims made by Armando Abrego Garcia because they had recordings of the facility, just magically they didn't have recordings of the facility when he claimed he was beaten and tortured.
Nope. Okay.
He
Yeah,
left.
he left. All right. On to the next.
Dude, I love it when people come up here with confidence. You know? Like I
And
do
then
I do
get
I do
coached.
truly. I know I love it. I love it when people come up here with confidence. It's great. Naomi, thank you so much for the $25 over on
W.
PayPal. Let's get 250 Naomi W's down below in that chat. Naomi says, appreciate you. I appreciate you too, Naomi. You are awesome.
And Marty, thank you for the $1 for happy 19th birthday.
Oh, is this the guy spamming my donations? What the hell? Somebody's like spamming me with like 1 penny donations. Hey, white is right. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
You need to cut this shit out. You're embarrassing yourself, you're embarrassing your family, and your embarrassment of and to all white people.
Well, why don't you protect white people then?
Goodbye. Moving on to the next.
What?
Was that
What?
Well, let me tell you something. Hello.
Hey Kyle, do you support Trump?
Yeah, but I got something to say first.
Okay, buddy, how old are
I'm 32.
you? Okay, why do you support Trump?
I don't, but you and Parker are so fucking hot.
And I disconnected Parker again. Why does it keep on making me do that? We're going to move on to the next guest. Everyone just give us a minute. Parker, hop back in that queue. I apologize that I'm just putting you through this abuse, Mr. Parker. That is like the third time in like 2 minutes. Welcome in UV Radiation. What a name. Do you support Trump?
Cookie King mugs you.
Cheerio, quite frankly, goodbye. Try to put a Maga down below in that chat with your age.
Say where the road goes. I keep getting fucking kicked, bro.
Well, it's just a stupid TikTok glitch. I click on the guest. I click on the guest.
No, he's clicking on me in chat. He just keeps wanting to kick me in. So
No. Welcome in, Genesis. Do
Diabolical.
you support Trump? Bye, Genesis. Also, I think I'm down to do that here in like 5 minutes. That'd be pretty fun.
I'm super down.
Hell yeah.
It's been a long time. People have been asking a lot, and I was like, yeah, we'll do it.
Nah, those would be fun.
Everyone get some Dean hates Parker in the chat. Dean hates Parker.
Nah, get some Parker hates Dean because he's obviously trying to start this false propagandistic misinformation campaign that we cannot
This is
stand for.
ridiculous, dude. This is ridiculous.
What's up, Luke? You support Trump?
Cookie King mogs you.
I don't know. After the whole melt maxing thing, I doubt that. Okay.
Oh, Cooks.
I
That's
don't
gonna-
do
there's going to be an edit now.
Yeah, they always pop up. It's like so annoying, dude. It's
so annoying.
I made a mistake when I said that I mod Cookie King like 4 months ago.
Literally for a joke.
Hello.
Yeah, it's just it was one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. What's going on? Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Age, please.
29.
Okay. Why do you support this fuel?
So it's to do with Order 14151. So that's to do with diversity and the immigration policy.
So 140, 151.
Yeah. So that's to do with DEI.
Okay. So what is Executive Order 140, 151?
So he's removing DEI.
Oh,
basically.
I have a question. What time is it?
In Austin, Texas, is 4:26.
Okay. Name 3 cities in Texas.
So Dallas, Houston, and Austin.
Okay.
Name 3 more.
I'm currently on a holiday right now.
Name 3 more.
There's only 3 in Texas.
What?
Yes,
Sold
there's Dallas, Houston, and Austin.
Sold it. There's only 3 cities in Texas. No, he prepped. I'll give it to him. He prepped. He prepped. But he sold the bag there.
Yeah, I was like, it was all the largest cities. I was like,
Dude, that white is right lady is still spamming my PayPal with like a penny. Their most
Block
recent
'em.
message says, imagine kicking me instead of having a real debate. You must hate women who aren't American and you hate your race. Fuck you. One day you'll talk to me and I'll prove you wrong. Where's this Nazi coming from?
fucking weirdo. Get out of our politics, please.
Just get out of like everything. Like just go put yourself in like the middle of the woods or something for a while. Just get out of society. Like I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. She needs help. She needs some very serious help. Joshua, thank you so much for the $20 over on YouTube Super Chat saying keep kicking soy-based Lib Parker. And based. Appreciate you for the love, Joshua. Yeah, their name was Leftist Larry. Yeah, probably didn't need to let them up, huh? All right. Let's see what we got, everyone. This stream is doing surprisingly well. I haven't used the second account for like ever. We have like 7.2 thousand people in here. That's pretty good. Things have definitely picked up. What's up?
I was like, dude, it's pulling my main account. We literally had just as many people in my main account.
Oh, that's pretty impressive. What's up, political girl? Do you support Trump?
I do.
Age, please.
I am 19.
What year were you born in?
2006.
What's something that only a 19-year-old would know?
I don't know. Do you want to see my license?
No. But you
No,
have a
what?
license. What does a dotted yellow line next to a solid yellow line on the road mean?
You can pass on the side that's dotted.
Okay, so we've now set she is at least 16. What about this? Do you work a job?
I do. I work at the salon.
Okay. What is a W-3?
It's a service tax form? Is that a W-2?
What is a mortgage?
What you pay on your house, like every year? If you're buying a home, not renting?
Why do you support Trump?
Mainly the RNC stance on gay marriage.
You're against gay marriage?
Why?
Okay. Why?
Well, I think the point of marriage, especially, is procreation.
Okay, so like I have a question. If it is the case that like I know that my partner is infertile, right? Should I not get married to them?
I wouldn't, but I think it should be like legal.
Okay, but that's not for procreation then.
Well, yeah, but it should be the law.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
So
it should
you're
be the law?
basically
Hopefully
saying
marriage never changes.
that legal marriage should only apply to people who have the ability to reproduce, correct?
No,
Okay, so then what should
Like
legal
older
marriage
women-
be defined
older-
as?
a man and a woman, because
Okay,
once
why should legal marriage be defined as men and women?
procreation.
So if you don't have the ability or capacity to procreate with one another, you shouldn't be able to legally get married, correct?
No, because it's impossible to label that.
Okay, well, we shouldn't make it illegal for people to get married given that they don't have the capacity to procreate with one another. Why should we make it illegal for 2 men or 2 women to get married?
Because the principle of marriage never changes. If it's a man and a woman, it's always possible. You can't make it illegal.
Oh,
There was
well,
this,
I reject that. You just said it's always possible for a man and a woman to procreate. That's not true.
in principle, yes.
In principle, no.
No.
Oh, no.
In principle means in every single circumstance. If there's any circumstance
not
where that's
true.
not true, that's what principle means. Yeah.
Principle means the definition of, not relating to. So you can't go by certain circumstances. This was the same debate Alan Keyes gave Barack Obama in the 2004 senator debate. It's on YouTube. You could watch that. It's a great argument.
Okay, well, we could say in all
What?
circumstances in which a woman is born without a uterus, in principle, they cannot ever procreate with a man. So, given the subcategorization in principle of two groups of people, that being women who are born without uteruses and men, in principle, they cannot procreate with one another, just like in principle, two women or two men can't procreate with one another. Meaning that you wouldn't have any clear distinction between ruling out two men from qualifying for legal marriage due to the fact that, principally speaking, they wouldn't be able to reproduce with one another. Then also, it's saying that, principally speaking, a woman born without a uterus would never be able to reproduce with a man. So,
But how would you make that illegal?
How'd you make that illegal?
Yeah, you can't.
By setting the legal qualifications of marriage to being a woman with a functioning uterus and ovaries and a man with a functioning penis.
How would you know? You'd have to
in
get
the same
checked to
element.
see if you have a functioning uterus?
Yeah.
How so? How would you do that?
Okay, well, I mean, assuming that there's means to do this, which I do believe there are, because obviously doctors can test for and confirm infertility either in men or women. Assuming that this is practically possible, would you support criminalizing access to marriage for women born without uteruses and men?
Right now, I would say I don't think so.
No. He said assuming that it's practical under your position.
No, I still wouldn't.
Okay. So then,
So
what's
then
the
you're
position?
saying even if there's two groups of people that, principally speaking, cannot reproduce with one another, then it is the case that you still do think that they should be able to get legally married.
Yeah, because I still don't see how that could be. What if she never goes to the doctor and then she gets married?
Well, you would say in that circumstance, then you wouldn't know, right? But it is the case that you could then, under your own position, qualify that they have to do this in order to get to that point. But
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
I'm
given the
literally-
context that you know specifically that they are infertile. Let's say they were born infertile. So it's like there is medical information that they're infertile.
Right. Like we
How
certain
would you
knowledge of
know?
this
How would
fact
you
should
know
be
if somebody's
restricted
born
for marriage.
infertile?
Like a lack
Medical
of a uterus.
information.
How?
Yes.
But what if they never go to the doctor after that? Or what if it's a?
Well, now you're
natural-
just changing the question. we're
What?
asking.
Are they just going to magically spawn in a uterus? I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm really confused because you're changing the question that we're asking you.
How?
The question that we're
What-
asking
okay,
you is
what's the
if
question?
there's a woman that is born without a uterus, and we know that they're born without a uterus, meaning that we know that they're infertile for now and for the totality of their lifetime. If you were dictator of this country, would you permit or prevent them from engaging in legal marriage?
No, I would still let them get legally married.
Okay, so you're just saying that if there's two people that cannot procreate with one another, even if it's in principle, you still do think they should be able to obtain legal marriage. So far in our conversation, you've given me no reason to rule out, allowing gay people to get married even under this view.
Well, I also think. Okay, well, first of all, it's not a choice. It's physically. You're born without a uterus.
Right.
Wait,
just
it's not a choice to be gay.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's a choice
Oh.
to be gay? Well, I'd love to ask you a question.
Mhm.
Okay. Are you gay or are you straight?
I'm straight.
Are you saying that you could choose to be sexually aroused by another woman right now?
No. Well,
Oh,
actually,
so it's not a
I could.
choice.
Well,
So
I could
if you can't
choose-
make
I could
that
choo-
choice, why
listen,
can't
I could
anybody
get choose to marry another woman. The same way if I was gay, I could choose to marry another
the choice to marriage is definitely a choice, but in the same way that a woman born without a uterus could choose to get married.
You mind if I ask you, why do you think gay people should be able to get married?
Well, seemingly now you don't respond to that. I just simply see no reason why they shouldn't. I believe that the goals of marriage are going to be subjective. Maybe in individuals getting married for happiness and flourishment inside of their life. Another individual's getting married for a companion through the totality of their life. Maybe another individual's getting married because of religious motivations of only engaging in sex in the context of marriage. I don't think that there's going to be some prescriptive purpose of marriage. I think that suggesting a prescriptive purpose of marriage is just something that society doesn't do as a whole, as well as it eventually would segregate out multiple groups of individuals regardless of their sexual orientations, because it is the case that some gay people can't have kids, just like some straight people can't have kids. But you just have a completely inconsistent, illogical view suggesting that gay people shouldn't be able to get married because two gay men can't reproduce with one another in principle. But even when I suggest to you that a woman born without a uterus in principle can never reproduce with a man, you still said that they should be able to get married.
Because they don't have the
Contradicting your
choice.
original argument, because they don't have the choice. Well, you're saying that they didn't choose to be born without a uterus, just like a gay man doesn't choose to be gay. And then at that point, you shifted the
But he could
goalpost
choose
say,
to marry
well,
a woman.
that they could choose to marry a woman or choose to marry a man, but just
That's
like
not sexuality.
But just like the man, the fertile man that is marrying that woman born without a uterus, he could choose to marry a woman with a uterus. Yet you still think he should be legally allowed to marry the woman without a uterus.
Yeah, because I don't think that that's fair to the woman who is physically unable to have a child.
Okay, so then we'll just say that this isn't fair to gay people who physically cannot procreate with the individuals in which they're attracted to.
But they can physically procreate with